Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for March 24th, 2020. I want to wish everybody a happy new moon in Aries. If you haven't checked out your new moon in Aries readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs, or any other placements you might have in your chart, you should go ahead and do so. And I hope you guys are setting your intentions for this very powerful new moon, potent new moon in Aries, which is very energetic. And it really today kicks off new beginnings. In the Northern Hemisphere, we've been through the spring equinox, and it's all about rebirth. And this Aries new moon is also kicking off the new year of the zodiac. So it's very powerful, and I urge you guys to set your intentions. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this reading. We're going to go ahead and invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and our spirit guides to this space to receive the messages that we need to hear for March 24th, 2020 for all signs. I don't know about you guys, I never usually sleep very well during the new moon. I always have restless sleep, and I sure did last night. All right. Messages for the collective for all signs, March 24th, 2020. I hope you guys are also enjoying Saturn has shifted into Aquarius for the first time in a very long time. Okay, you guys get the Three of Wands, the Devil, Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. All right, all fire energy. So yeah, this is definitely our Aries new moon reading. Wow. Right, no doubts about that. All right, at the bottom of the deck here, you have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. I believe this came out for yesterday's reading as well. All right, well, Temperance is Sagittarius energy. It's also representative of the goddess Iris. And, you know, Iris was a messenger of the gods, and you know, so she delivered, and she was associated with the rainbow. So again, this is also a spirit reminding us that to pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities that you're receiving, the messages that you're receiving from your angels, from your spirit guides, from spirit. Yeah, and she was a very well liked, sort of benign messenger of the gods. She was a goddess in her own right, and her sister's name was Arche, and Arche chose, she was a messenger to the Titans. And so when there was a big battle between, you know, on Olympus and Titans, that Arche ended up having her wings ripped off by Zeus, but Iris didn't, and Iris ended up, you know, sort of being the winner in history, and more liked by the gods. So again, it has this connotation of earth angels as well, but I do feel like it's important there's some sort of duality, some sort of dueling nature here, you know, that we see between these two sisters, maybe between the shadow side and the light side. You know, or maybe you guys are just struggling with making a decision, or with relationships, or deciding which way to go. Very interesting information coming from this. Temperance is also all about healing and all about patience. And with this Aries new moon, when you're setting your intentions, it's really important that you're setting intentions not just for the short term, but for all of 2020. think big picture here, okay? And don't expect things, normally when we set new moon intentions, we try to break them down into smaller intentions because they should, or we expect them to come to fruition by the time of the full moon or within the next new moon cycle. And this is, this patience and temperance card is really telling me, again, with this Aries new moon, set big intentions long term. This is, a big giant reset for 2020. Underneath that, we have the Six of Cups, soulmate energy. So some of you may be calling in your soulmates or your twin flames. Some of you might that might require patience. You might also feel like you're not ready, that you still have some self-healing and some self-work to do. The Six of Cups is all about balanced, beautiful equilibrium between two people. All right, and then underneath there you have the Ten of Cups. This is total complete happiness. So what a beautiful reading so far, you guys. I mean, wow, I'm kind of blown away here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this reading. I feel like this might be a longer reading. I'll try not to go on and on and on. So the first card out here is the Three of Wands. This is all about patience as well. It's about waiting. This is you doing the work, knowing that whatever you're waiting for is actually coming to you. So some of you, this Temperance card is, just a reminder, keep doing, the healing that you need to do, finding that balance between the 3D and the astral planes as well, because again, it's no coincidence that, Iris is a messenger of the gods, and so she sort of, it's paying attention to the information that you're receiving from above. So you might need to really do crown chakra, third eye chakra work, but specifically crown chakra. And as I'm saying that, I'm really picking up on this, purpley color, purpley indigo color that's showing up on this card here. Yeah, it's really nice energy. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit lost in this reading myself. Okay, so the Three of Wands, again, it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and it's all about, waiting for your ships to come in. You can see this person, he's waiting. It's interesting, though, because normally this person is looking, in other decks, he's looking down from above, and here he's kind of below and he's looking up, and he's, there's something coming from above. Okay, so there's something very heaven sent or very fated coming to you at this time. You do have the devil energy. The devil energy is interesting because it's Capricorn, and most of the time we relate it to, taking a good hard look at, maybe toxic relationships or behaviors. But I'm actually picking up on, with what you're waiting for is something that is so ridiculously powerfully attractive. It could be a very, intimate, sexual, physical based relationship, but it's more than that. It is, it's just this in this, it's like a connection that feels like an addiction, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is. And it's not really what I'm picking up on here. I'm not picking up on it being an addiction or even being toxic. I'm just getting this insurmountable amount of strength and power in whatever it is that's coming to you. And for a lot of you, I mean, it's something that's really, really beautiful. Okay, it may involve a Pisces. You do have the Hanged Man here, and we also have the Hermit underneath there, which may be Virgo energy. So again, it may be something that you started to manifest during this past Virgo full moon. Okay, and then the Hanged Man, we've just come through Pisces season 2, so I feel like it's something that either started in that time period or something that you really started manifesting. But I mean, this 10 of Cups, this is total complete happiness, you guys. And the 6 of Cups with the 10 of Cups, for a lot of you, it's going to be soulmate energy. Okay, and it's just going to be something that's just so undeniable. Now, for some of you with the Temperance card and the Devil card, it will be, it will be a little warning for you to make sure that, sometimes the line between you and another can get blurred. And then also, if it doesn't resonate with you with a soulmate or a twin flame type connection, then it will definitely resonate with you regarding, any sort of toxic behaviors or something that you're doing that may be becoming unhealthy. And it could be, Mars is all about determination. And, what somebody asked me recently, do you know the difference between being determination and stubbornness? And I was like, I had to think about it. And I'm asking this question. I want you to answer silently. Do you know the difference between determination and stubbornness? Because it's a very blurry line for some of us. So, take a moment to think about that. And I do feel like this is what it's asking us to do. Then here we've just got all of this power and this strength. The Seven of Wands, again, more Aries, Leo, Sag energy. This is all about rising above. This is all about fighting for what you believe in, fighting for what you want, no matter how crazy it might seem. And I love that Pisces energy showed up in the Hanged Man beneath this, because Pisces is all about dreaming big. And now, and I think I mentioned this yesterday, I'm not sure, about dreaming big and really allowing yourself to write down the 10 things that you would do if time and money weren't an issue. And and dream big and let yourself feel it, because right now you have the ability to manifest those things. And right now, with this whole worldwide reset, you have to you're going to have to find that strength and that courage to not only make that list. I mean, you can do it, literally or figuratively, but to dream, and then really sort of, this is your chance to do something big. This is your chance to start over. Okay, start over. So anyway, okay, I know I keep, this is even weird for me, you guys. So all right, the Nine of Wands is the final energy showing up, and this is the Wounded Warrior card. And here we go, we have another new moon showing up. So I definitely pay attention to your manifestations. This is definitely this Aries new moon. This is having the strength. Many of us have asked to be incarnated in this lifetime. Many of us have chosen this timeline to be a part of. Many of us have, whether we realize it or not, we asked to be here now. Okay, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're earth angels, that we have this ability to heal and to help people and humanity at this time, to help our loved ones, our soul tribe, because there's something much bigger going on around us. All right, and that's the energy I'm getting here. The Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior. It's about building in a rest period so that you can really push through, because you're so close to the 10, and the 10 of Wands is like so much responsibility. But we have the 10 of Cups, and for a lot of us, we're fighting for that happiness. And for some of you, it's fighting for union. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull a few more oracle cards for the collective, March 24th, 2020. Soulmate popped out. Yeah, so for some of you, this definitely is all about a soulmate journey. And that's, I don't know what much else there is to say about that. But for others, it is going to be union with you and your higher self. You get rejection. Interesting. Some of you might reject a soulmate that's coming towards you, or someone that you've been manifesting, because you don't feel like you're ready. Okay, some of you are going to reject it because you still need to do work. And right now, a lot of us are going to be triggered by feelings of inadequacy, not being enough. And yeah, and this rejection, so some of you, so you do pay attention to that. A lot of us are going to be triggered by feelings of abandonment as well right now. And that could have to do with past life issues you might have with your soulmate. Okay. And remember, soulmates come in a lot of different forms. Soulmates don't also necessarily mean that they're going to be your life partner. Okay. But that there's some sort of contract between your two souls. And, what is this journey that you're on? Okay, this is interesting. Let's go ahead. I'm going to pull an additional message for you guys. Hole in the soul. Well, there you go. That's the answer to the question I just asked. What's the purpose of this soul contract that you might have with this person, or with, or with this, why are you on this timeline? Like, what is your soul's journey? There's a hole in the soul, and we saw this come up yesterday. Remember, and the hole in the soul is, there's some sort of leak So I do want you to check and see if you have if you have a leaky aura. And and it also goes back to childhood wounds. So we see that with the Temperance card. Underneath that, we see the Six of Cups, which can go back to childhood. And again, for a lot of us, I think it's going to be speaking to past lives, not just this lifetime, but in previous lifetimes. And it could be, it could be that, you tried making everything all right by picking up the pieces of previous dramas or your family dramas. So you adopted a false sense of self. And so you've lost your authentic self. And disconnected from true feelings, needs, and desires. And it's about sort of wearing a mask to make people feel more comfortable. This came out yesterday. But I feel like that's the purpose of whatever this journey is. And also with this Aries new moon, it's like reclaiming your authentic self. For some of you, it has to do with your soulmate journey. That's the purpose, to sort of find yourself again. You may have been lost. Your authentic self, okay, for whatever reasons, whatever you've been through. Again, some of us are going to be triggered by what's going on in world events because we've experienced something very similar in past lives, in previous lives, okay? And then also being detached from yourself leads to profound loneliness and isolation as you're always mourning your true self. And we see that with the angel of death behind there. So again, for some of you, you might be mourning. It may be also speaking to a twin flame journey where you're mourning that other half of yourself, or some of you haven't. And when I'm talking about all of this, you guys, it's not necessarily, I don't want everyone to take it. I mean, for some of us, it is romantic. For others of us, it's not. It's not like, you need somebody else to make you whole again. That's the work that you need to be doing. That's the work some of you are going to choose to do because you're going to reject maybe a soulmate that comes towards you. Okay, but the purpose of this is to make you whole again. Whether that's reuniting with a twin flame or on a soulmate journey, or whether that's with your higher self and doing that healing. All right. I hope I'm not rambling on too much. This is a very, very powerful and distinct reading. So I'm going to go ahead and see. Let's go ahead. I'm pulling these beautiful little steampunk tea leaf fortune telling cards for additional messages for the collective for this March 24th, 2020. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but for me, this is a very powerful reading. Some of you are going to be getting, this is like an answered prayer, is what I'm getting. And I can feel a sense of relief washing over you. And I can see that with this water coming from Temperance, like an answered prayer from above, receiving the message that's going to bring you, the healing and the balance. It's going to patch up these wounds, even if these wounds come from past lives. You get the Castle. Nice. So remember, the Castle speaks of a journey, taking step by step. It also speaks to abundance. It speaks to home. So for some of you, it might feel like a homecoming. You're going to be on this, and Temperance is about, and look, she's rising above. It's about spiritual ascension. Okay, so some of you will be, will be feeling that, whether you're with your soulmate in person or not, if it's in the 5D, then this union is going to be a huge homecoming for you. Okay, then we get the Boot. Let's take a look, and then we get the Hat. This came out yesterday. There may be something you missed in yesterday's reading that you might need to go back over, okay? That's just the message I'm getting, because these decks, I've shuffled them and I've done separate readings with these cards between yesterday and today's reading, so I shouldn't be getting the same cards. It's not due to reader error, not shuffling here. So the Castle is about career and good fortune. power and success, high regard, climbing the steps to success, which I already touched on. And it represents all the small steps taken to reach the castle top. This also speaks about a successful relationship. Okay, so whether that's now or it's in the past, or if it's in, in another plane, and always pursue your dreams no matter how long it takes to reach your goal. This card signifies a relationship where there's an honor and respect for family and friend relationships. This card indicates security and that people are held in high regard amongst their peers. And we see that here. That's the same meaning message here with the number 42, all right, which is, which we'll get to in a minute. All right, and then we get card number 41 is the boot, which is about putting your best foot forward, protection from danger, changing situations, travel, and success. Yeah, and I was just when I paused there, I was looking at 32 and 41, both break down to number 5. And number 5 is about conflict, change. It's about fluctuation, a change in consciousness, communication, instant manifestation. So again, a lot of you guys are having these huge shifts in consciousness. It may be because you or your soulmate are sort of, you're being attracted to each other unbeknownst to you, or you don't know why, or the pull is so strong that you don't, that it feels like you're out of control here with that devil card. And the boot is, and so 55, that's a master number. So you guys might be seeing that number, whether it's, phone numbers, whether it's, looking at the clock at 5:55, that sort of thing. And the boot card tells you to get out of your comfy chair and stride forward, put plans into action, and don't sit on your laurels. There's no time for complacency here. So this is something that needs to happen. And we see that all of this Aries energy, this is action, this is movement, this is determination, this is aggression. This is Aries. Aries is saying, spirit is saying, get your butt in gear. And then the hat card, again, it's promotion to different role or change of career. Mature aged person can offer assistance. A person of high regard or authority, a rise in social status. But again, it's not about 3D social status here. This is a spiritual ascension, and a lot of you, that's coming through union. Okay. I hope this isn't getting too esoteric for some of you guys. I don't think so, because I know you guys are really switched on who are listening, but anyway, I know this is a little bit of a different read than usual, but respect is required in a relationships, whether it's a partner, friend, or family. One must not tower over the other just because one may be more successful. Equality is required. Yeah, so interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely becoming a little bit more specific to those of you who are working on, or in twin flame or soulmate journeys here. Okay, but there is a possibility of rejection, and that rejection is going to come based on how much work you have done, and the work that you are doing, if you're ready for that. Because oftentimes, we think it looks like this beautiful thing and this, this beautiful journey. Oh, my soulmate and that sort of thing. And it's not. There's a lot of work to be done. All right, and then you guys get cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So this is a strong message here to be taking care of yourself as to the best of your ability at this time. And then also, I can't help but notice this rejection card number 13 is really reminding me of the death card, which is scorpionic energy, which is all about rebirth, which is about transformation. Remember, this new moon, especially this new moon for us in the northern hemisphere, but all around the world, is about rebirth. And if you listen to my Aries new moon readings for each sign, I use a Renaissance deck, the Botticelli, because that means rebirth. And it is a huge rebirth and reset for the earth. So I see that here. The northern lights are going to mean something to some of you. Okay, whether you've been on a vacation, maybe some of you are planning a vacation to see the northern lights and you can't now. But again, it's also about the cycles and the rhythm. Where are you in this cycle of life? Where are you on your timeline also? And that's coming through with this rejection card. You know, the scorpionic energy is about that transformation, that we plant a seed, we harvest it, you know, we reap the benefits. Then there's death and there's decay, okay, and then there's rebirth. And so checking to see, you know, where you are exactly in that journey. And then also, this is a card, this is very feminine energy, so I may be speaking more to the divine feminine here as well, because it's all about honoring the cycles of your body. Not that you know, again, this is more feminine energy, but I'm getting definitely that I'm speaking, this has a very clear message for the divine feminine, okay? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I know it was a little bit maybe distorted. Let me know in the comments below, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me, because all of this Aries new moon energy is woof coming through really strong. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell, and then most of all, I just want you guys to know how much I love you and how thankful and grateful I am that you guys are on this journey with me. And I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.